Good afternoon, everybody on YouTube. This is Rick Thomas from Obsolete Video Services. Hey guys, I want to thank everybody who's been enjoying my videos and all the things that I do here. We are doing some serious upgrades for 2024. Case in point, today we just got our Blackmagic recorders, our 3G recorders, which you've got one on the tripod, which I'm going to have, and I'll have another tripod coming for this second unit. So we'll have two 3G recorders for standard definition 4x3 or 720x480 videos, which is mostly what all the old video is. You don't want to record these in big, large, stretched out files, guys. You're kind of defeating the purpose. When you do vintage video transfers, like old equipment and old broadcast decks, Betacam, SP, whatever, they're all standard definition. So record them in standard definition, but in high bit quality, like ProRes high quality, which is what these units do, which record really, really well. I've got two units. I just picked them up. Picked up some test SD cards. These are 64-bit, and I believe these are the 90Vs or whatever you call them for the high speed. These are highly recommended for professional recording. So I bought a few of these as test, and we're testing some video through SDI. No audio yet. I just want to run some video through this for an hour to see how much time I get on a 64 gigabyte card in standard definition. Just kind of curious. But anyways, we are recording these two ProRes on a Blackmagic SD. They're little recorders. They go on cameras. I forgot what they call these. And we got the cages for them. We've got another tripod coming. And we're running video through these now from standard definition, which this is great. I'm told that these record really well as long as you're using fast recording cards and that type of thing. You'll get good video production and good video output on these. So we're recording them directly to ProRes HQ, standard definition, and just want to see how well these units work. And then we'll produce some SD cards for the customer directly when they give me something that they want done. I'm getting a lot of people who edit on Final Cut Pro and Avid and all these other Apple type of, Apple products type of thing. Of course, I do PC editing here, but I don't do anything that has to deal with Apple products or anything like that, or even Mac computers. So I'm kind of a victim to having a ProRes recorder for the people who do use Mac. So we got two of those. We have a HyperDeck, and we also now have the camera versions that record in ProRes to the SD cards, which are those. These are really, really nice units, guys. I mean, I know the 12Gs are better, but I opted out for the 3G because I was able to get two of them for a bargain basement price, which was ridiculous. Plus, you don't need no more than 3G anyways. You're only doing standard definition, which is 720x480. You don't need to go to these outrageous file sizes and stretched out versions on standard, just standard 4x3 video or 720x480. You got to stay away from that, especially when you're doing vintage video. So when you take it in editing, it's standard definition, and you can work with your project. But anyways, we're coming off of an SDI out video output, and this is very, very interesting. It's looking pretty cool. So I'm just looking it over. We're going through my rack so I can monitor it through the scope and also through a converter, because I want to use my time-based correction. When you're using these recorders, you definitely want to use time-based correction coming out of them. Now, I've got a couple responses from people who says, oh, they get drop frames using a time-based corrector. You're going to get drop frames, and there's only one reason for that. It's because you're not using a very high professional time-based corrector. I've got one that's extremely expensive, and this is television grade. This is why, like I said, when I built this system, I didn't want to have that problem. So when I go out of mine, I won't have that problem. I'm using an extremely advanced time-based corrector and frame sync. So you don't get drop frames and all these issues that I hear so many people having problems getting drop frames. It's because you're not using a really good time-based corrector. There's a time-based corrector, and then you got a time-based frame sync time-based corrector, which is basically, these were used for satellite feeds and stuff. These are really the best time-based correctors you can get, the ones with the frame sync. Those are the ones you want to look for, the real expensive ones, if you're going to be doing this type of setup, especially if you're recording in SDI to some of these recorders. You've got to have a really killer time-based corrector, or you will have frame dropping frames, and all that type of stuff. Yes, that will happen. This gives you a solid signal. This is an extremely high professional time-based corrector with frame sync, and that helps out the issues when it's coming so you don't have drop frames. It's a very, very expensive TBC. But anyways, we're testing my system out right now. I'm recording just a standard definition video of Svengoolie as a test from a master Betacam SP, which I have right here. And as you can see, it's doing a wonderful job. Awesome. And I can actually watch it on my scope in my rack as well as view it. And also it's got a built-in scope on these little mini recorders as well, and which is cool. It's got a built-in vector oscilloscope type of thing, so you can check your signals if you go a different screen. So doing it this way, I'm able to go through time-based corrector, use my rack sync, my rack scopes, and everything else. I can see what's going on with the signal. It's converted to a SDI converter output from the switcher, which I could plug directly into one of these recorders. So I'm getting my time-based correction. Everything is being corrected before it reaches these recorders, just like it would be normally if it was in my rack doing it that way. So everything is being fed through my time-based correction from direct equipment, no matter what it is, so I could capture it to a file. But these recorders are really kick-ass, guys. I really do like these. These things are great. I picked up a couple of these tripods. These are kind of cool. They're table tripods with the screwing mounts on the bottom. You do have to buy these cages separately. But these are the 3G versions. That's all you need if you're doing standard definition. But you really, really need to spend the money on a very expensive time-based corrector. Trust me, it does matter. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video.